Bomberman 93 for the TurboGrafx 16. From the name, one would assume it's basically the same game as Bomberman 92, but with all the updated player rosters. EA Sports, consider yourselves burned. Anyway, I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with the basic idea of Bomberman. You casually stroll around a maze, dropping bombs which go off after a short time, exploding vertically and horizontally. The aim of the game in single player is to use these bombs to clear a path through the maze, kill all the enemies and find the exit. The single player in Bomberman 93 is divided up into 7 planets, each with 7 levels and a boss fight at the end, all of which require you to figure out their attack patterns and exploit their weaknesses, which with no direct way of attacking, does become quite challenging towards the end. Whilst the levels are all variations on the same basic idea, there is something compelling about the gameplay which gives it that important just one more level feel. Along the way you'll find power-ups which do various things like increase the range of your bombs, allow you to drop more bombs at a time, or make bombs go off when you want them to, rather than after the enemy's meandered its way out of range, as seems to happen most of the time. In fact, getting the timing right so that enemies walk into the danger zone at just the right time is the whole challenge of Bomberman, so getting that particular power-up makes the game ridiculously easy. So far though I've only found it once, so the designers probably got the balance right. Speaking of enemies, they're a weird bunch, and most of them, including Pac-Man's swamp-dwelling mutant brother, have no wish to cause you harm and simply wander around aimlessly. Except this guy. He wants you dead. A really good thing about Bomberman 93 is that you can save after every level, which means you don't have to replay stages if you get game over. You also get a password system in case the 3 save slots aren't enough for you, or in case you're reviewing the game and can't be asked to play all the way through to the end. Bomberman 93 is one of only 2 games I've played for the TG16 so far, and I have to say that on the evidence of both of these, the sound chip makes a really pleasing noise. You heard a good example of it with that swirly noise that this game makes at the title screen. And just listen to what happens when you step onto an exit. Isn't that just the most fantastic noise you've ever heard? It's possible that the prospect of hearing it again is what's drawing me along through the single player. I think the sound is one of my favourite things about the TG16, and the music in Bomberman 93 is consistently excellent. Bomberman 93 also makes use of one of my other favourite things about the TG16, that being its bizarre capability to allow 5 people to play at once. As Reggie says,
we also think that more racers means more fun.
Well, you know what I mean, and it's certainly true in this case. Multiplayer is an absolute blast if you'll forgive the pun. I don't think I've ever seen any other game be such an instant hit with anyone and everyone I got to play. Only a few of the power-ups from single player make it into the multiplayer, which does limit your strategy somewhat, but also means that no one can gain an unfair advantage just because the good items were near where they started. The kicker, multi-bomb and extra bombs are all you really need, and learning to use these so that you stop being more of a danger to yourself than others means that there is the possibility of some skillful play amongst the chaos. The massive scope for trapping yourself in a corner and being laughed at by 4 other players really captures the joy of playing video games in person. So, is Bomberman 93 worth your 600 Wii points? Well, that's actually a tough question, as there are several alternatives that might be better. Bomberman Live for Xbox Live Arcade has loads more features and 8-player online mode, which according to Reggie's equation automatically makes it better. Even if you don't own a 360, there are rumblings from Hudson they might bring out a WiiWare version of Bomberman which may or may not have online play. Still, Bomberman 93 is a good game, especially in multiplayer, and the single player is good to chip away at for 15 minutes here and there whilst you're waiting for Heavenly Sword to load. I've derived a lot of fun out of it, so I definitely give it a thumbs up, and be a moment to look into the alternatives. Just don't buy Act Zero, whatever you do.